Good morning. It's Amber Griffiths here with Your Brand by Design, and I gotta tell you guys, yesterday I managed to do something I didn't think possible. I deleted a video from Facebook, and you know how they say once it's out there online, it's always there. The internet is infallible, the internet is unforgivable, whatever's posted will stay there forever. Not true when you want to keep it. So, I am going to share my message from yesterday again this morning, and the good news is it still totally applies. So it's not like it's the great thing about branding, right? Is that it is in fact forever. I'm sitting here with my dogs fighting at my feet, and I wanted to share with you the two coolest tips about branding, like just the basics. Hey, Zoe. Hey, life, right? Should I show you? I can show you my dogs. They're Aussies. They're fabulous, but right now they're being all. It's spring, and so they're just feisty and excited to be out in the air. So here's the two coolest things I learned and remembered about branding, and I learned them from my 7-year-old. She's already totally got it. First, I went to she's 7 years old. I went to their science fair yesterday. And there's about 30 students, and the parents are all walking around, the kids are all walking around, and whoever's got their presentation is standing in front of the presentation, and they're sharing what they did. They're sharing their experiment. They're proving the scientific method, right? You have an idea, you test it, you prove it, you make adjustments. This is sounding familiar? Sounds like business, right? You have this idea. Ooh, what if I could make money doing this? Ooh, let's test it. Oh, let's try this. But here's the really cool part. About half of these little 6 and 7-year-olds, about half of them, when you'd watch somebody ask them a question, what did you do for your science experiment? What about this part? And they immediately would turn to their parents sitting above them and be like, and the parents would answer. Or the parents would feed them the answers and the kids would share. What I'm learning from this is that it was kind of awkward, because what was happening is they were testing the parents' information. They were testing the parents' knowledge and skills about the scientific method. But there was about half of those kids who, if you asked them a question, they knew. They could answer it off the top. They understand what they were doing. They completely understood the process. They understood what they were testing and why it mattered. They were telling their own story. They were using their words to tell their story. And it was amazing. And you watch the little kids, they just light up. And they're like, this is what I'm doing, and this is why it mattered, and this is what I did first, and this was so gross, and when this happened, and this was so cool when this happened. I can't believe that plants can grow in Diet Coke, but they'll die in root beer, whatever. That was the kids next to us. But they used their words, and they told their story. And it was phenomenal. And the people in the audience would completely respond to that, because they would light up, because they would share in that excitement as these kids were telling their story in their words. So, key number 1 to building your brand, as I'm fighting with my dogs. Key number 1, tell your story in your words. I don't care if you are an entrepreneur and it's your own business or you've just started it, if you are a corporate contractor, if you are a salesperson or an independent contractor with a larger firm or a larger corporation, direct sales, doesn't matter. That's their story. You get to tell your story. You get to build your brand. Share your excitement, share your world, share your story with your words. That's branding, and that's powerful. You are more involved. You are more engaged. It's more authentic. It's more amazing when it's your story and your words. The people you are speaking to are more involved, more engaged, and they have more buy-in, more interest. They will last longer. They will stick around and ask more questions when you are telling your story with your words. If you start somebody else's story verbatim, it's like, oh, that's nice, and they gloss over. I watched it happen. It happens in 7-year-olds. It happens in 40-year-olds. It happens in life. It happens in business. If you're just reciting somebody else's stuff, you're not as sold in. So how could possibly, see, there's my pups. How could your ideal clients possibly get buy-in when it's not even your story? So that's the first thing I learned. The second thing I learned was watching some of these presentations. We're going to move over here. So the second thing I learned was watching some of these presentations, and they're all on the same cardboard backgrounds, the 3-panel boards. And a lot of them had cute little sketches and drawings and lots of construction paper, lots of glue, lots of big words and small little handwriting that was hard to read. And some of them had PVC pipe with glue and lights and electricity. I'm like, awesome. What kind of 7-year-old could do that? But it's okay. It's okay. That's what the science project is for, right? Everybody gets involved. But what I was noticing, and as I was helping my daughter with her project, because I absolutely did, is that you can't do it by yourself. It's your story and it's your idea and it's your business. But you can't do it by yourself, and it's okay that you can't do it or that you don't want to do it by yourself, because every single part of that science project isn't going to actually be the exciting science part, right? We tested the effect of different acids and bases solutions on carrots. How long will it be before the carrot changes color, before the carrot becomes mashable, like all these different things. But in putting it together, sometimes you need a little bit of help. So even if your one thing, your main income producing activity is all you. You're a solopreneur, this is what you do, you're a coach, you love it, your sales, your service, whatever. It's all you, right? But not everything has to be done by you. Maybe websites aren't your genius. Find a web designer and a web developer because it's theirs. Maybe social media for your business isn't your genius. Call Christy Hansvik with Simply Online because it's hers. Maybe branding isn't your genius. Call me because it's my genius. You don't have to do it by yourself. You can build your business and tell your story in your words. But let somebody else put the glue dots on. Let somebody else do some of the stuff that really isn't making you money and isn't making you happy and doesn't tell your story. Create a team of support around you. Let somebody else help you carry the great big board into the classroom, right? This is just, business is way more fun. You will enjoy it more. You will be more productive. You will be more profitable if you let some people help you. If you outsource those things that don't make you money. If you completely cut out the things that aren't serving you anymore. So this doesn't have to be, it gets to be a group project. Your business gets to be a little bit of a group project. You hold the vision and you guide it and you keep everything going. Absolutely. But it's okay to ask for some help. It's okay to have somebody help write your copy as long as it's in your voice, right? So that's the things that I learned from my 7-year-old and that science project. They don't warn you about this, by the way. When you say, I'm going to have a baby, they say, awesome, you're going to have midnight feedings and diapers and screaming and teething and blah, blah, blah. They do not warn you about the science project portion. They do not warn you about the PTA portion. So any soon-to-be or maybe thinking about being moms, realize that just because they are potty trained and have all their teeth does not mean there's not extra stuff coming. But it's okay because it's a group project. You can totally have support and love it. And you can build your business, build your tribe, tell your story in your words. It'll be way more fun and way more effective. If you have any questions about that, if you start to tell your story and you get stuck, call me. I can help you with that. If you think, wow, I'm not quite sure who I'm talking to. I'm not quite sure. I think I know who my ideal client is, but maybe not. Call me. I would love to have a conversation with you. So please go to yourbrandbydesign.com/duet, D-U-E-T. Claim a spot on my schedule if that works perfectly for your calendar. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out your words, not somebody else's story, not somebody else's boxed brand, yours. And let's get you moving forward, making money and having joy in your business. Like just getting to be paid to do what you love to do. Let's do more of that. Go to yourbrandbydesign.com/duet. And honestly, if you can't figure out how to do that, most of y'all listening have my phone number. Give me a call. We'll figure something out. So until I get a chance to talk to you, rock on.